Hi everybody, again hope you're safe and well. We could say this is video 2/3, again applicable to both the second and third weeks of our class, video 4 of the group that I'm putting up in this series. So now I've got the Disler book. I want to play the exercises in the third chapter starting on page 19. But let me just say again, the counting is very important. Make sure you're paying attention to the time signature and you're counting up to the number that is on the top of the time signature. Again, I'm going to ask you possibly to identify later in the class a clef symbol, G clef, where the time signature is, how many measures are in a piece. So you want to start paying attention to all those things in the reading. And of note, Disler introduces the time signature on page 18, number 5, where your other book did it really early in the musical symbols. She says a set of numbers, a time signature is a set of numbers, 2 numbers at the beginning of a piece. The top number is the total number of beats in each measure. Again, what I'm talking about, counting till. The bottom or number underneath is symbolic of the kind of note that gets one beat. Most often the bottom number is 4. And it will be 4 in our class throughout. I may show you some other examples, but all our reading examples have 4 on the bottom. And that means the black note with the stem, the quarter note, gets 1 beat. So all of our values are related to that. 1 beat for quarter note, empty note with the stem, half note, 2 beats. The newest note in the last video is half note, empty note with the stem, and a dot next to it. That's 3 beats. And then a whole note, empty note, no stem, worth 4 beats. She does say the letter C is the same as the time signature 4/4, because you're going to see that in these exercises. It means common time. It's the most common time that music is written in. So the letter C is often written in place of 4/4, just so you know that. The very first exercise, exercise 1, is on page 19 in chapter 3 of Disler. And again, I encourage you to print these out so you can write counting in, you can write letter names in, and each one of these exercises for the individual 6 strings has a place for you to write your own exercise using the notes on that string. It'll help you quite a bit, believe me. It'll help you if you have to concentrate on where those notes are at by writing them in. It will help you by looking at the stemming of the notes, proper stemming, which way do the stems go. I mentioned this in the Zoom meeting, that all the notes stems are going up until you hit the open B string, which is exactly in the middle of the staff, and then the stems go down for the last 6 notes. So you may remember I gave you a little clue about ledger lines. When you see ledger lines below the staff, those notes can only be played on the lowest 2 strings, 6th and 5th string. Well, when you see downward stems on notes, those can only be played B, C, D, E, F, and G. So the top 6 notes have a defining factor too, in that the stems go down, okay? So the first exercise is on page 19. What Disler does is she starts from the middle G and works up the staff, and then shows us the notes as they go higher, and then goes all the way to the lowest note on the 6th string with 3 ledger lines, E, and then works back up to the G. So we're going to see each page successively, the G string, the B string, the E string, and then it leaps down to the low E, to the A, and then the D string, string number 4. I'm going to play each exercise twice. I'll try to make sure I count in on each one so you can play along with me, but then I'll repeat them directly. And there is such a thing as a repeat sign too, and I'll bring that up if not in this video, in an upcoming video soon, that tells us to repeat the previous music we just played. In this case, I'm going to try and count in, and then I will play the exercise twice. First time with letter names, second time with counting. So there are 2 exercises on page 19. Here's exercise 1 on the G string. We start with G and A, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. G, G, G. A, G, A, G. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, Now the time signature changes in exercise 2. There are only 3 beats in a measure. I'll make sure I count in 3 beats before I start, and we'll do this one twice. First with letters, then counting. 1, 2, 3. A, G. A, G. G, A. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So notice there's no pauses in between the measure. They're supposed to be connected seamlessly from beat to beat where we don't hear any pause. The person listening to us, it would be like listening to a sentence that just keeps going, okay? There's no pausing in between measures. Again, if they want a pause written into the music, they, meaning the composer or person writing the exercises, they would put a rest in and tell us to stop playing. All right, now page 20 introduces the B string notes, B, C, and D. So it's the same information as the Hal Leonard book, just presented in a group here. This is page 20, and there's a longer exercise. There's a G clef, there's a 3/4 time signature for exercise 3 here, 3/4 time signature, and there are 8 measures. I can tell there's 8 measures in this piece, and it's not 2 separate exercises because at the end of the first line, there is a normal bar line, not a double bar that's thicker and darker. So first 4 measures are in the top line, second 4 measures are in the bottom line, and then there's a double bar at the end with thicker ink, and that is telling me that's the end of this exercise. Again, try and write your own exercise on this little space that she's provided you. I'll play this one twice, first with letters, then counting. Exercise 3, page 20. 1, 2, 3. B, C, D, B. C, B, D. D, C, B. D, C, B. C, D, B. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There I paused a little bit between the exercise itself. Again, you can write in fingerings for each one of those or letters. If I said the fingering to myself for exercise 3, this is what it would sound like, or this is what I would write above or below the note. Open, first, third, open. First, open, third. Third, first, open. Third, first, open. First, third, open. There we're really thinking like a guitar player there, and specifically to our fretboard and what we need to play. Okay, moving on to page 21, exercise number 4. So the notes we're using here are going to be E, F, and G. E sitting in the top space, F on the top line, and G above the line. The previous string we were just on, B, that was on the very middle line, and all of these notes have stems going down unless they're whole notes when they don't have any stem at all. We're back to 4/4 time, and I'll play again twice through this exercise, first with letters and then counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, F, G, G, F, F, E, F, E, G. G, 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 F, E, F, E, F, G, E. Here's the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, moving on, we're going to leap down to the 6th string now. These are the ledger line notes. 3 ledger lines below the staff is the lowest note on guitar. I mentioned that in the other video. Last in the series, 3 ledger lines below the staff, that's low E. I had problems looking at these notes as a young kid and trying to learn them. What I found eventually helped me was counting how many ledger lines there were for a specific note and then trying to get that in my memory. So 3 ledger lines below the line is E, 3 ledger lines with the note on the line is F, and 2 ledger lines below the note is G. Because E and G look pretty similar to each other, but E has 3 ledger lines and G has 2. So once again, I'll go through twice, 4/4 time, 8 measure exercise, number 5 on page 22, and I'll say letters first and then I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, F, G, G, F, F, E, F, E, G, 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 F, E, F, E, F, G, E, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if that was a little fast for you, again, put the letter names in, review the notes before you play, stop the video and rewind it, and play along as best you can. Also notice the counting again. I'm not counting individual notes here. I'm counting 4 beats per measure, okay? This is the A string now. We're moving up in pitch, A string, number 5. This is exercise 6 on page 23. There are 8 measures in this exercise. If I asked how many whole notes there are 2, one at the end of each line. And dotted half notes are in this exercise as well. Even though we're in 4/4 time, I can have a note that is 3 beats in value. So the notes we're using are A, which is on the 2nd ledger line, B, which is under the single ledger line, and C, which is on the single ledger line. Remember, these 2 pages here of the 6th string and 5th string are the only notes that use ledger lines in our class. Here we go. Exercise 6, page 23. Letters first, then numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C. B, A, C, A, B. C, C, B, A, B. C, A. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was the notes on the A string. And again, try to do these exercises where you write in your own on the bottom here, because that'll get you practicing writing the ledger lines as well as the stemming. So here's the last one, the D string. We've worked our way back up towards the G string. D string, exercise 7 is in 4/4 time, and it is 8 measures long. The notes are D, 2nd fret E, and 3rd fret F. Letters first and then the counting. Exercise 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 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 E, F. E, D, F. D, E. 3, 4. F, F, E, D, E. F, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, write in your own exercise on the bottom to practice the D string notes. In the last page of this chapter, we get page 25, which I've mentioned several times now, and we have all the notes being played up and down the staff, and this is the only complete picture out of the two books where you have all of these notes listed for first position. The notation is shown, the fret number is shown, the string number is shown, and then the picture of your fretboard is shown, and I'll play down, up and down it one final time to end the video. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, F, G, A, B, C. Well, we'll try that again as I missed both of those notes. 3, 4. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. So I know these next four videos, or these videos I'm presenting now, this being the fourth of them, has introduced a lot of information, okay? I understand that. So it's going to take a little time to absorb all of this and to put it on your guitar. So take your time, try to practice regularly and do these exercises, the reading exercises, and then you can venture off a little bit in the Hal Leonard. You'll see in the course schedule, I listed some pieces to try that are separate than the exercises I played in the last two videos. So continue to stay safe, and we will see you soon. Watch your email because I'll update what we're going to do in the coming week. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.